today we find ourselves in a 1993 w124 220E, and quite a special car. They were only produced for a few months here in South Africa, and it was a pre-facelift w124, so the one with the separate grille, not one that's incorporated into the design of the bonnet, and many other differences as well. But it's a pre-facelift 124 with a facelift engine, the M111 multi-valve engine. And it was sort of an intermediate model where the engine had been launched in the W202 already here in South Africa. And they introduced it in the pre-facelift 124 before the facelift arrived a few months later. So it's a model that only ran together with its six-cylinder siblings for a couple of months before it was replaced by the facelift body as well. So a very unique car. Not many of them sold, and the way you identify them, other than the obvious other pre-facelift, post-facelift differences, like the bonnet, like the lights, things like that, is the actual model designation at the back. The letter is after the number, so the facelift one would be an E220 or E280 or E320, and the pre-facelift ones with the multi-valve engines would either be 220E or 200E or 320E or 280E. So anyway, a really nice car all round. Very low mileage, 164,000 Ks. The current owner actually bought it from me a couple of years ago. And at that point, it had done 145,000, and he's used it to commute between his practices here at P. It's got a comprehensive history, this car. The previous owner had a wad of invoices like this, and obviously all services are done and stuff like that, and absolutely everything works. It's a real nice example of a multi-valve 124. Well, a real nice example of any 124, in fact. It just feels nice and solid, and it's been properly maintained and properly looked after. If you're wondering where we are today, we're actually taking a drive through Seaview, which is probably about 7 or 8 k's west of where the old Burkeye spares warehouse is in Chelsea. And it's on the outskirts of Ngqabecha, the suburb. Really nice little place right next to the ocean. Bella just spotted some dolphins swimming along here next to us. And really quite spectacular views. If you look at that, the beach is going out there, and that eventually goes out to Jeffreys Bay. I see some chocker boats out there, and it's just such a beautiful place to live, Ngqabecha, and so many different areas as well that are so diverse. So here, to give you an idea, quite a steep hill going up. I'm going along at 80. 2,000 revs. It's absolutely no problem. I'm sure if I were to accelerate without kicking down, okay, let me try and do that. So accelerate, there we go. I didn't want to kick down. And even in fourths from 80, it pulls very cleanly up the hill. I'm not flooring it. It's very relaxed. There's no problem at all. Plenty of power. And that's really the beauty of them. Yes, they are multi-valves and they thrive on revs. The torque peak's about 4,000, but a lot of that torque, that 210 Newton meters, is available below that as well. So yeah, it certainly doesn't feel slow. It's more than adequate. And I stand to be corrected, but I think the top speed in tests at the time was over 200 kilometers an hour, 205, 0 to 100 around 10 seconds, somewhere around there. But yeah, okay, so even at lower speed, so here we're going along at under 2,000 revs. Let me just slow down a bit. 70, it's about 1,500 revs in fourth. And if I put on the accelerator, it starts pulling. Obviously, I can kick down the accelerator a lot harder and a lot faster, but it's not what I'm trying to do. Steering feels great in 124s as well. Driving this, I actually missed mine. My old green one that I had, my 300D, that thing had done 680,000 Ks. And I was commuting every day when we were still down at North End. I was commuting from Chelsea to North End on the thing. And it just kept on going. But when I drive one of these, I just watch one again. They're really, for me, if you look at whatever the 123 was, and I love 123s, but the 124s were better in every way other than possibly the lack of classic appearance and classic styling in today's day and age, because the design of this has dated very well for a car from the 80s. And very interestingly, this was at the time when this was launched, it was very, very aerodynamic. I don't remember the exact CD number, but it was better than the Audi 500 SE that was renowned for that. I mean, look at the view here. Isn't that beautiful? As we approach Maitland Beach here. Absolutely stunning. Very, very aerodynamic. A lot narrower at the back than it looks. And it actually pulls in at the back. And yeah, very, very nice. We'll carry on with the video just now. Let's have a look at this for a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. Some fishermen down there. Very nice. Anyway, please subscribe if you're enjoying the video. The first part of the driving portion of the video done, let's take a walk around the car with me, and I'll show you what it looks like inside. Open up the bonnet and the boot, and you can see what a beauty this is and what sort of condition it's in. Quick walk around of this beautiful June 93 w124 220e. It's one of the last pre-facelift w124s, and it came with the M111 engine of the facelift. The 2.2 version of it. I know the car quite well. It passed through my hands a couple of years ago now, and the owner I bought it from had it for a good 20 years, and he had accumulated a wad of invoices like this on this car. It's got a full service history. It then went on to another local person here who has been using it between his practices, mostly a daily runner. And yeah, a really beautiful car. Enjoy the walk around. Have a look. We start off here inside. The early pre-facelift 124s, or yeah, like this one over here, has the single airbag. With the facelift, it became a dual airbag here in South Africa. It's done 164,000 Ks. In the 2 years the gentleman, the new owner's had it since buying it from me, has done about 20,000 Ks. And it's just a really nice condition, a really nice car all around. And I mean, look at the leather inside. Very minor flaws I noticed on the other seat here, but it's such a small thing. A little bit of discoloration there, but that really is it. I mean, the wood trim on the center console is very nice. The original Becker is still here. It's obviously got a comprehensive service history. The book is full, and here in P, it was initially done at Mercedes themselves, and then went on to a local business here, Lino Logic, and he carried on servicing it. And yeah, the guy's got a wad of invoices like this. You pop open the bonnet and have a look at it, how the M1 looks. Bulletproof engines, these. Obviously, they were also affected by the biodegradable harness issue that all Mercedes had between 1993 and 1996. But I believe that has been done on this car. We haven't cleaned it or anything like that. It's just popped in for the video. I think a great video, well, a great car to showcase on the channel. You just don't see them like this. It's really nice condition. I mean, look at the condition of the bonnet lining even. And the bumper is perfect. I actually like the look of these, of the hubcaps they came in. The 124s. See, they're still here. Remember, this looks like one of your steel cable ties. Still here. Let's have a look at the boot. Leaf over there. Look at the condition of the carpets there. Stunning.
Toolkit.
Toolkit is there. Jack. Obviously, it doesn't have a tow bar or anything like that. And even these, have a look at these. So rare to see those still intact on a 124 here as well. Bit of lousy weather here in PE today. A bit cold and see it started drizzling. But yeah, look at that on both sides. Other than that, it's pretty much standard 124 fare, and everything you need, nothing you don't. 4-speed, 72.4 bucks. Electric windows, as I say, driver's airbag and ABS.
Electric aerial.
And electric aerial that works. Let me put it on and I'll show you here. Let me close this here. There we go. I believe it's a Wissy, I believe. But I don't have my glasses on. Looks like one. But yes, a very, very nice car. So nice to see them preserved like this. And with such a comprehensive history as well. I mean, spare keys are here. Obviously, all the books, service owners' manuals, everything. I remember this car when it came in. Must have been about 2 years ago now. Well, anyway, enjoy the rest of the driving. Let's get on to that acceleration portion of the video and see how it goes along the 120. So as we come up here to slightly more main road here, let's see how it pulls away and how it cruises on the open road and what you can expect from it. And these M111 motors, as I keep on saying, are beautiful. They're really bulletproof, with the exception of one thing, and that was the wiring harness, which wasn't even the motor itself, it was an ancillary. Okay, so as we pull away here, let me speed up and get going. Torque peak in this is about 4,000 revs, and power peak is about 5.5. Torque is 210 newton meters at about 4,000, and the power is 110 kilowatts. So it was definitely an improvement over the M102, which was 100 kilowatts and 200 newton meters, and it's a smaller capacity multi-valve. And obviously being a 16 valve, it enjoys revving, as all of them do. So in the upper ranges of the engine's performance, it's a lot more refined than it would be in an M102, being an 8 valve. The ones that we got here anyway. We never got the 2.360 in here, unfortunately, from the 201. But yeah, the regular M102 didn't do that. So just to see how, I'll show you how it performs. Let me get it down to about 80 here. Let's have a look. 90. It'll be easier to just brake. There we go. Okay, we're doing 80. It's at 2,000 revs in drive. And I'll floor it now. Kicks down. 100. 120. Now at 120 in drive, fourth gear I would imagine, it's revving at around 3,000 revs, so it's quite a bit lower than a 230E with the same gearbox, 72.4 gearbox, that would rev at about 3,500 revs. And so from an economy point of view, these are actually great. Quite realistically, getting 10, 11 liters per 100 Ks in a mixture of driving, if you're not too heavy-footed, it's achievable. And certainly on the open road, we go down to about 8.5 liters, if I remember correctly, somewhere around there. And yeah, it feels exactly like a 124. I've had many 124s in my life, and it takes me right back to any one of them. Really, really nice cars. Very nice handling cars. Very refined on the open road as well. Real distance coverers. I remember when I moved out Delta P back in 2000, I had an E320 124, and I was up and down. So I was running a hotel at the time, and I needed to find staffing here and stuff. And I did quite a few trips from Pretoria down here in the E320, and man, it was effortless. You leave early on a Sunday morning, and you're here before lunch, and it just goes. You don't feel distance at all in these cars. And to think that they came out back in 1986 here in South Africa, the 124, and yet it's so refined and so comfortable, such a nice place to be. I love simplicity, as I keep on saying in all my videos, and these 124s really, like all these Mercedes from this sort of age, it's got climate control, but you set it by rolling a wheel. You don't type in here, there's a digital display that no longer works and stuff like that. Nothing. You want it, yeah, it says it's 18 degrees, there it says it's 22 degrees. You set it, and it's got dual zone climate control. Okay, this is actually quite nice because this is quite a bumpy road, this older part of CB Road. And I come along here quite often in a variety of cars. And most recently in my Mazda, man, I was bouncing around like anything, and I sit here and it feels like an ironing board. Eh? But anyway, getting back to that, so very simple. And also the interesting thing, and a lot of people don't realize that, but in these later climate controls, the EC is obviously an economy mode as opposed to aircon. So you actually have to actively turn off the aircon every time you get in the car. And when that light is on, it means the aircon's off. Light is off, aircon is on. And you'd obviously just set your desired temperature there. So it's cold, I don't want the aircon on. You actually push the button and the light's up, and then you know the aircon's off. So, yeah. Becker here seems to be working beautifully. Yep. I don't want to put it on because of copyright and stuff like that. That's for the rear light. Rear headrests that fold down. It's got cruise control as well, which I would assume works. Let's try. There we go. So set it at 100. Just turn it off again. There we go. Another very nice thing with 124s. That's two very nice things, in fact. And they both got to do with visors, sun visors. I don't know if you can see, but the first one is this little thing here, So obviously you're driving into the sun in the afternoon, and you can do this here, close that. But there's that little gap there, and if the sun comes through there, it's got its own little visor that folds down. That's the one thing. The other really nice thing, I know if Bella can just turn around and see this. So very often in these cars, or in a car, you're driving along and the sun beats down here past the window. Well, this you can slide out. How cool is that? What a brilliant idea. And why don't more cars have that? So you can actually just extend that sun visor there. We have a tank here. Go through these. Such a clever idea, that. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the video. And if you do, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have got a car that you'd like me to showcase on the channel, please get in contact, and I'll happily take it for a drive. I'm looking at doing things that are very clean, like this, or the exact opposite. Really high mileage cars, also very cool. But anything cool, get in contact. If you think the viewers on this channel will enjoy it, please get in contact, and we'll certainly showcase it for you. So as we leave Maitland here in P, we'll just carry on with the video. A lot of guys, what's these paragliders that come off here? You can actually see all the birds are doing it today. See that? Catching the updrafts. Anyway, just getting back to the 124, it was a real step forward in every way after the 123 and this replacement. It was obviously a more refined car, more fuel efficient, safer, and they've really stood the test of time. I've seen many with over 1 million kilometers on, and they're just nice, solid cars that are reliable and are still relatively affordable for the condition. You know, you can still pick up ones that are a bit rougher at a relatively good price. And as I was saying, they've really stood the test of time. The design has aged very, very well. They're very capable on today's roads, and you know, you drive a modern car and you get into this, and it feels nicer. It feels more solid. It feels more involving, and it's just they really are fantastic cars, 124s. And if you come across one and you want any buyer's advice or anything like that, you feel free to get in contact. And also watch. I have done it on this channel as well. Rust tutorial on 124s. There's 3 parts. The pre-facelifts and post-facelifts seem to rust differently. So watch the 3 different videos. I cover all of that in there. And as I say, if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to send me a WhatsApp or an email, and I will certainly get around to responding. I might not always be that quick, but I will do it. And thank you very, very much for watching, and enjoy the channel. And as I said, if you have something you'd like me to showcase on this channel, please get in contact as we get back here into, what's this place called again?
Beachview.
Beachview, yeah. The suburb next to Seaview. Really stunning.